Okay, real talk. Tell me the truth. Are screens killing you slowly in college? Wanna, enjoy that break that a story, a show gives you, but like guilt-free, right? Like not that you will be missing out on some main priority. How to enjoy Netflix while still making time for these priorities and these main points of like why you're in college and not look back and be like watching that episode of who knows what show was not worth me like losing sleep over or having to do homework super late or not passing that class, right? There are ways that we can enjoy our relaxing time in college without like the screens controlling you. Does that make sense? Let's get into it.
Hey girl, welcome to Money and Mental Peace, a podcast for Christian college girls wanting to graduate debt-free. Do you procrastinate on homework while Googling easy scholarships and money for college because you're drowning in debt and student loans? Afraid you'll never have enough time and motivation to find ways to pay for college when you don't even have enough time to sleep or have a social life? I'm Kara. I too was a stressed college student and overachiever looking for money and mental peace. I wondered if there were other ways to pay for college, and I wished for a clear direction on how to do it. I wanted an easier way to fund college with less anxiety, but I kept telling myself I had no idea what to do, thought I wasn't finishing school fast enough, and thought I would never have enough money. Until some scholarships and rare school hacks got me through debt-free, and I can show you how to do this as well. In this podcast, you'll find mental peace, answers for your future, and enough money to kill it at college. So grab your cold brew and TI-89 and enroll in the most stress-free and debt-free class that you've ever attended. This is Money and Mental Peace.
Before we get into it, I got some really cool stuff to share. So I'm able to go on this website called chartable.com, and it tells me if my podcasts are on any charts around the world. Super cool. This past week, we have reached, well, it was pretty high. Lower. I was like 195. So that's kind of low on the chart, but still, I was on the charts in Germany, of all places, for how-to podcasts, like how to graduate debt-free type of thing. Also, I was in Nigeria, 190 or 134 for how-to podcasts. In Uganda, pretty high, or well, I keep wanting to say high, but like a lower number for all podcasts in Uganda. And also, apparently, Uganda needs to hear this or something, because I was also number 54 in education category podcasts in Uganda and number 2 in the how-to category in Uganda in all of the country. Do you people in Uganda speak English? Like, okay, if you're listening right now, I so appreciate you guys over there. Hello, and please, if you're listening, come join my Facebook group, the Christian College Girl Community. The link is in the show notes, because I'd really love to, like, meet you guys. I didn't know people from other countries would listen to me, or I should say, listen to whatever God is guiding you to, right? In your college journey in all of this. Super, super cool to have you. So, our podcast has reached like 866 downloads. So that's awesome. On our way to 1,000. We'll probably hit it this month. Within like 3 months of this, so I appreciate you guys so much. I'm also reading a quick review from Briston Lee. She says, "Fun and informative listen. It is always helpful to use the journeys of others to inform your own journey and learn something new. And that is exactly what episode 2 does." Oh, she was listening to an early episode. Nice. Kara discusses her journey in this episode with college, and I feel so inspired, especially since I was listening to this episode while working on an application for my hopefully next step after college. That's so cool. Thank you, Briston. Like, how fun is that? Like a motivation while you're doing another application or a next step. It really does. Like, it kind of gives you a boost. Sometimes if I listen to something that worked out for someone or someone that's a few steps ahead of me, that I'm able to, like, I'll get to that point. I just got to do what's in front of me. Are you stressed with, I don't even know, like, the next homework you have due or how busy this day is or whatnot? Look at it this way. What is that dream job of yours or that dream life? If you can get over this day, you are one step closer. So, you go, girl. Let's do it, right? You know what can stop us from getting to that next step? Yeah, our addiction to screens. But while there's a time and place to just like totally throw your phone away, but not entirely, like phones are expensive and you might need it for safety, but like to just detox cold turkey, there might be a time for that. But, you know, sometimes watching a show during a stressful time in college is like being with an old friend. I remember in college when I watched through The Office and Stranger Things. And both, like, I could fall asleep thinking about them. I was excited to see what was going on with my friends when I could watch again at lunch. Like, it kind of did keep me going. So sometimes that's helpful. I laughed, I cried. I knew I was tired when I cried over stuff, and I was like, it's just a stupid show, but I was tired, and so I cried. Here are a few tips to enjoy your screen time without going totally cold turkey while still making time for those priorities. And this is going to kind of be a quick, like, boom, boom, boom suggestion. Possibly have only one streaming app installed on your phone at a time. If you're watching a certain show, just have Netflix or Disney Plus or even just YouTube on your phone so that you're more intentional about it. Maybe save shows that, you know, you can binge watch, or you know that you'll binge watch and you'll get distracted. Even if you tell yourself, I'll just watch one at a time. But no, you end up watching all of them. Save those for, like, if you're sick. Not that you're planning on being sick, but just hypothetically, you can save stuff because you'll like waiting for more episodes to come out. Or when you're in your period, like, you know you're going to have a couple down days or a whole week of down days or whatever. Save it for then. You'll look forward to it. It'll make a positive time and situation out of a negative one. And you'll be able to have something good when you have that lull so that you're not like, there's nothing to watch. There's nothing at all when you do have time, and then you watch all this stuff when you don't have time, right? You don't want to be distracted during school. Save that stuff to watch. Also, probably, I don't know, a funny suggestion, but like, watch shows that you only like half like. I know that sounds so weird, but then maybe you'll more easily be able to stop them. But sometimes you do just need that break by a storyline. Gives you a little break from the stress of your day, right? Last suggestion is only if you can handle this. Some people, some people need to go cold turkey if they're quitting, like, smoking or whatever. And other people, it's gradual. Or maybe a better example is if you're trying not to eat as much sugar, and sometimes someone needs to totally stop, or it just goes to moderation. It depends on what you need to do. But this is something I've done that has really helped me for sometimes when I'm really dragging my feet to do something, not like a test where I have to sit down and focus on it, but like a project that there's clear next steps, like it's not insanely hard to go away and come back to, but it's just I'm dragging my feet to do it. It's just like it takes time and it's irritating and I'm procrastinating. I make it fun in between. Again, I don't always suggest to do this constantly because you probably won't get that much homework done, but sometimes for just something that seems like it's hanging over my head, even if it ends out to be the easiest thing, I'll like work on it, like work on the project or work on the homework for 20 minutes and stop and watch my show for 10 minutes. And then work on the project for 20 minutes and watch my show for 10 minutes. Again, to productivity experts, they might be so irritated by this. It's kind of like the Pomodoro, but a little different with screen time. But I don't know. When I'm just so, whatever it is, sometimes it's the easiest thing or the hardest. And if I am able to jump back and forth between it, like sometimes if you're doing math and if you stop studying it for 10 minutes, you forget where you are. Have discernment with how you do this, but it helped me get through so many things that I was tempted to procrastinate or was just really bugging me, that I knew I could just work for so long and then I'd take a break and see what happened in my show next. But only, if you have the discipline to stop it after watching for 10 minutes. I don't know. You might not be able to do that every time, but really, if it's something that's really picking at you, try that. Do a little bit of both. Always probably do more schoolwork than you're watching something or reading a book or whatever, but go back and forth and it'll lighten it. It's like, ooh, I just thought of a great analogy. I love analogies. This just came out of nowhere, but if you're baking or cooking or whatever, probably baking, I would say for this, and you have to put butter in it, would you just put the whole stick of butter in the microwave? You could, but it would take forever to melt. Unless if you cut the stick of butter into like 8 pieces, it melts way faster because it's separate. I don't know if that makes any sense to you guys compared to this, but I feel like if I break up a really, really hard, irritating task with some fun things in between, I'm able to digest it better. And listen, if I did the 2010 pattern, I'm just making this up, I could get like almost an hour and a half done and still get one show in if it's a 30-minute show. So go ahead and try something like that. You don't have to do it exactly in the way I'm doing it, but only if you can set boundaries, set deadlines, get yourself to stop. But it helps eliminate that weird procrastination and how you don't just do one or the other. You can still enjoy Netflix or whatever else and make time for your priorities. I want to know, what is new on Netflix or any other streaming service that I should watch, because I'm kind of in between shows. So please head on over to the Christian College Girl community on Facebook and let me know maybe like your top 3 shows that I should binge watch when I'm sick or on my period coming soon. That would be awesome. Let me know, and hey, we'll stay connected. Thanks, guys.
Hey girl. Okay, so before you run off to calculus, if this podcast has brought you any encouragement, would you please write a review on iTunes or take a screenshot, post it in your Insta stories, and tag me. Let's tell the rest of our stressed sisters that more money and peace can be attained outside of the conventional way of doing college. See you next time. Love and prayers, Kara.